tell you what, you can get a pretty good chest workout using resistance bands. I find this one pretty effective.
Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 plus fitness journey. Today is Monday, October 18th, I believe, 2021. And today I want to give you a little demo of a chest workout I would do at home if I were to do a chest workout at home. This is going to be using resistance bands and body weight push-ups, variations in push-ups. I do want to say this though. After reviewing the footage, it reminds me of a project that I am going to embark upon here as of today. I've been feeling and looking a little fleshy lately. That's not terrible, but for me, I want to trim down just a little bit. I want to cut down a little bit of my body fat. Today, this morning, this workout I'm going to show you wasn't an actual workout. It's more of a demo. So there's no pump. There's no blood flowing. It's just a demo. But even keeping that in mind, I just feel a little bloated, a little fleshy, and that's going to be a project that I'm going to embark on and share with you guys and gals as we move along. I just wanted to point that out. So let me show you this at home chest workout using resistance bands and body weight, and then we will catch back up in a few minutes and wrap it all up. Let's go do it.
Alrighty, we're going to start today's at home chest workout with resistance bands by replicating some cable flies. We're going to set our resistance bands up at 3 levels: upper level, lower level, like low to high, and mid-level, like shoulder-ish level. And we're going to start with the upper level and replicate a high to low cable fly. And we're going to do these one arm at a time. So this is going to take a little longer than it would at the gym, but these are very effective. You start out by getting a proper starting resistance, and what I'm doing here is I got a weight, or I would normally use a weight that I would be able to do between 10 and 15 reps to near failure with like 1 rep left in the tank. And I'm just going to move right on through one arm, then the other, and I'm going to do 3 sets at each level. I'm going to do 3 sets of high to low, as you see here, of 10 to 15 reps to near failure. Focusing on the contraction and keeping the elbows bent right there. Mind muscle connection on the pec muscle. Now this is just a little variation you can do on the high to low with a bending at the waist, keeping the back straight. And here I'm just showing you the one left arm movement. This is a pretty effective movement here too. I think I prefer the standing movement with resistance bands, but this works as well. Again, 3 sets of the high to low. Then I move on to the low to high with the resistance band set up at the lower level, as you saw there. And we're just going to, again, do single arm repetitions. Again, focusing on the contraction right there, keeping the elbow bent. With these resistance bands, the secret is the tension, keeping a constant tension on and getting a nice peak or a nice contraction at the finish. You want to focus on going across your chest as much as possible, right there. Again, you can feel the difference. I can feel the difference between the high to low and the low to high. The high to low hits my upper pecs pretty well, and the low to high, the bottom to mid pec. Now we're going to go to a mid-level. Now this is my favorite part right here. This is very effective for me. Again, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 15 to near failure, focusing on the contraction, crossing over the mid-chest. And again, I keep this hopping. This is there's very little rest. The only rest I have here is just enough to change arms and swap positions. And so this is a total of 9 sets right here. So this is a lot of work right off the bat. It's a lot of pre-exhaustion, and that's going to play a part when we get to the push-up portion at the end here. This is a nice 9 sets of simulated cable flies. Now we're going to move into a simulated bench press using my dowel rod with eye bolts that you may have seen me demonstrate in earlier videos. Now we're just going to demonstrate a bench press using resistance bands. Now here I've set my bands up at like chest level. I'm just going to hop in that rig like so. And I like my arms my grip a little wider than shoulder width for these. I'm going to get a good proper starting resistance. And after watching this, this is a little high. I would rather have it a little lower on my pecs as I'm doing this. That's one of the beauties of filming your workouts. You can see what you're doing right and wrong. But again, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 15 to near failure with 1 or 2 reps left in the tank. So this is going to bring us to a total of 12 sets here. Here I've lowered it just a bit to demonstrate where I wanted to be to begin with. And here's another example of what the beauty of resistance bands is. If the resistance is a little too light, you don't even have to change the bands. You can just move forward a little bit to increase the stretch, thus creating increasing the resistance without having to actually stop and change the bands. Right there. See, you just step forward and increase the resistance by increasing the stretch on the bands. So 3 sets of bench presses using resistance bands. Now you can also, if you don't have a dowel rod available, you can use the handles. This is the more common use of these resistance bands for a bench press, a simulated bench press movement, like so. And again, there's an infinite variation in the arm location, and you can move your hands closer together, you can move them wider apart. It's very easy to do on the fly with resistance bands. Now I followed that up with a heavy set, 3 sets. Well, actually what I do here is I want to get 50 total push-ups in, and however many sets that takes. Now when I do these push-ups, now keep in mind that I'm pre-exhausted at this point from the previous work, the previous 12 sets, but I want to get a total of 50 in, and I'll do each set to failure in this case with these push-ups. So however many sets it takes to failure to get 50 total push-ups in. Now a variation on these push-ups, you can do push-ups from your knees, for example, or you can use an ottoman, a table. I have this rig set up on my doorway where I can put my dowel rod at a couple of different levels. This is a higher level, which is a little bit easier. This is a little lower level, which is a little more difficult. that's a nice option for push-ups. This, all in all, is a pretty inclusive chest workout. With the 12 sets prior to the push-ups, this is a pretty good workout. So hopefully you got something out of that soon. Let me know what you think. Alrighty, there it was. That is one variation of a chest workout I'll do at home. Now, it's fairly quick, it's fairly high volume, high repetition, but it does hit the totality of my chest anyway. I think it's very effective. Now, I tend to go a little bit heavier on the push-up portion when I'm working out at home, but the beauty of these resistance bands is there's an infinite array of resistance you can adapt these things to. Obviously, the bands are one thing. As I showed you in the video, stepping closer to increase the resistance, stretching the bands more to increase the resistance. The variations using the door, high to low, it's incredible what you can do with these resistance bands. Now, they don't fully replace barbell, but I think these things are really, really effective for working out at home. So hopefully there was something of value there. I'd like to hear your ideas and suggestions, or what you do at home for your chest workouts using resistance bands. Any tips, tricks that you've come up with, pass them on. We'd love to hear them. With that, I will say thank you very much for stopping in for a visit today. I really appreciate it. And if you would, as always, hit that like button for me. And if you haven't, please consider clicking the subscribe button and come join our nice little group here. As I've said many, many times, there's a lot of years of accumulated knowledge in this group out there. You guys have been doing this a long time, and there's a lot of good info being passed around. So thank you for that. And that's it for today. So with that, I will say, until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.